I've got a haul to share with you guys today. I've been like really busy and like really stressed out, and this week I kind of had some retail therapy, and you're probably thinking, Tara, you're always having retail therapy. But anyway, let's get into the haul. I did purchase all 3 of the new spring palettes from Pat McGrath. They're the 6 pans. I want to use them a little bit more, and then I'm going to do a dedicated video just on these 3 palettes. So that should come, I'm hoping this week. I'm hoping to film it on Sunday. So far, so good. I've actually got the La Vie and Rose one on my eyes today, but I'm just going to set those off to the side. I just want to know that I finally got them, but I want to put them to use a little bit more before I do a video to really give you guys a good opinion on them, because they're pretty expensive products. And then I also mentioned to you guys in a haul video a while back that I want to start trying to remember to haul the skincare that I purchased. So I've got 2 products to share in the skincare realm, and I purchased the Belif Peat Miracle Revital Cream. It's got the green top, and then the jar is green. I was reading reviews about it on Sephora about it being a thicker, richer cream, and I like the moisturizing balm so much that I thought I would give this a try. It's a 1.68 fluid ounce jar, and it is a thicker cream than the moisturizing balm. I've been using it for about 2 weeks at night, and I'm still contemplating whether or not it's giving me more moisture than the moisturizing balm, but what's happened recently with the weather is it's no longer like -20 out. It's actually, we've been like in the between 30s, and I think it was just 40 the other day, so it's been a little bit warmer, and just that increase in temperature helps my skin a lot with hydration, so I can't really tell if this is more hydrating than the moisturizing balm or not, but I do know it's a thicker, seemingly richer cream than the moisturizing balm, but I don't know. I do feel like it sits a little bit more on top of the skin than the moisturizing balm, whereas the moisturizing balm sinks in a little bit more, but definitely still in the testing phase, but so far I do like it. And then the other skincare product is the new Drunk Elephant C Tango multivitamin eye cream. I was so excited when I found out that they were coming out with another eye cream. I do have the Shaba, and I've been through I think 3 of those. I have one currently in use, and I can never wear the Shaba by itself because it's just not rich enough for my eye area. I have really dry both under eyes and like eyelids. I also have really sensitive eye skin where like if a little bit of retinol or benzoyl peroxide or anything, any type of acid even gets near like the crinkles in my eyes, it just fries it. So I do have to be careful with eye creams, but I know that Drunk Elephant products typically, like, they don't irritate my skin ever. They're pretty gentle. So I was excited about this guy, and I've been using it for the past 2 days because I did just get it, and I've been using it morning and night. And today when I used it, I put the Shaba eye serum on, and then I put this over the top. And I feel like my skin isn't dry and it doesn't look crepey. And this makeup that I've had this on all day. It's like the end of the day, so I'm like slightly melting, but for having it on that long, my eye area doesn't feel dry, which is a good sign. Again, we do have that temperature increase up here, so there's a ½ ounce of product, and it comes in a twist up top like that, which I really like the packaging when they do it like this. It like pushes the product up from the bottom so no air gets into the container, and it's just really easy to dispense. It is definitely a richer cream than the Shaba though, so I'm excited about it. So far so good. And then Sonia G released more brushes on Beautylish, and I didn't know she was coming out with even more brushes so quickly. Super excited because you guys have seen that I mentioned my favorites, that I've been loving the brushes that I've purchased already. So I ended up getting 4 of the new brushes, and then I also purchased, this one is called the Sculpt 3, which is a smaller fan brush, but it's still, while it's still small, it ain't so wispy that it's all over the place, and I've been using it for highlight and really loving it. And in addition to that one, I purchased 4 of the ones that she just launched, so I'll kind of show you some comparisons. What I found about all of her brushes that I've gotten so far is I don't really have any like that in my whole collection. I've got quite a few Japanese handmade brushes, and these ones are unique to the extensive amount that I already have in my collection, which I kind of feel like that's hard to do. So it's like 2 thumbs up for Sonia. I really have been enjoying her brushes. The shapes are unique. They're very well made. Just really great brushes. So this is the Sculpt 3 brush right here, and it's a smaller fan brush, but you can see that being small, it's still dense, and it's got a nice structure to it. It's not so wispy that it like will put product all over the place. It gets it right where you want it, and it's firm enough to buff the product out as well. And then one of the new ones, this one's the Sculpt 4 brush. I've been using this kind of for contouring bronzer on my cheeks. It puts it on more specific than this one is the Sculpt 1 that I mentioned in my favorites. I've been loving this for bronzer. This one puts it on a little bit a little bit more concentrated and a little bit more precise. If you can see, there's an angle to it. It's a very, very unique brush. It's got a nice thickness to it. It's dense, but it's still super, super soft, and it has nice movement. It blends product out really, really well. And then the other new one, this is the Sculpt 2 brush right here, and this is another fan brush, again with the nice thick density to it. Super, super soft, very structured brush. I've been actually using this one for blush in between my highlight and my like contour bronzer right here, and just kind of buffing in circular motions. Really been enjoying it for that. So for comparison purposes here, we've got the Sculpt 4 right here, and then this is the Sculpt 3, and then here is the Sculpt 2, and then the big guy right here is the Sculpt 1 brush. So you can see the differences right here in the terms of size. And I've never ever been a big fan brush type person until I got these ones. I have all kinds of fan brushes, but none of the ones in my collection have this density and this super softness while also being controlled and able to buff out the product so nicely. So just very, very impressed. I'm starting to become a fan brush user, which again, like I said, I hadn't used fan brushes very often before these guys. So the other two, they came out with the Worker 2 and the Builder 1. And these are kind of like the Goss 18, the flat shader that I use all the time, the old version of, it's a flat packing brush, and then like the MAC 217, which is a nice like blending brush. These are shaped like those, but they're more dense. They're thicker. They're super soft. They have just more density to them. So you can see this is a side view. They're thicker, but the shapes from the front are the same type of a shape. These blend out product great. I've been using this guy as my packer, kind of like I use the Goss 18 brush. Really loving it. The Worker 2 is actually the same shape as the Worker 1. They just have a little bit different hair type. The white is softer than the brown. The brown one is a little bit more firm than the white, is how I feel about it. I do feel like they blend out pretty similar, but again, the white one is a little bit more soft than though the Worker 2 is a little bit more soft than the Worker 1. And then this guy right here, the Builder 2. I really like it. I'm probably going to be purchasing at least another one of these guys right here. It's the Builder 2. I know at some point I'm going to eventually purchase every single brush in her line because I really like them, and I know I'm going to have doubles of some. Anyway, I did purchase another one of the Wet n Wild Color Icon single eyeshadows in Brulee. Funny enough, I actually hit pan on the one that I have. It does kick up a lot of product when you put your brush in there, so I know that's where some of the product's going, but I've been really using this a lot for underneath the brow bone highlight. I've noticed that quite a few palettes that I've been getting recently just don't come with a matte brow bone highlight that's light enough for my skin tone. It's 97 cents at Walmart. So here is the one that I've been using, which you can see I've hit pan on it. And it's just a really soft, neutral, matte brow bone highlight shade. And then Pretty Vulgar came out with the Phoenix Rising eyeshadow palette. They haven't released any new products in quite a while, at least not since I've seen them launch on Sephora. So I was pretty excited to see this one, and then I checked the whole collection to see if they came out with anything else new, and they didn't. It comes in cardboard packaging just like the other three eyeshadow palettes. Super pretty. It has a phoenix on the front. I really like the whole vibe of the Pretty Vulgar line. I think that their packaging and their whole aesthetic is really pleasing. Again, cardboard packaging, and then it flips open like so. And then here are your shades. The lightest matte shade is this guy right here. This guy right here is a matte, and then you've got these three shades right here, which are mattes, and then you've got these two down here. Every time that I've used this, I was wishing for a more mid-tone shade. I do find that the majority of the shades in here are pretty deep. So each time that I've used it so far, I had been wishing for a little bit lighter shade than some of the colors that are in here. But with that being said, the colors in here are really pigmented and they blend really well. The colors are pretty as well. I just feel like I needed like a more lighter transition-y type shade, and definitely a lighter brow bone shade for as many colors that are in here, which are what, 12 shades. There are 7 shades that are 0.05 ounces and 5 shades that are 0.04 ounces. So let's give you guys some swatches. The colors are really pretty. I was just really wishing for kind of a mid-tone transition shade. The shades go out pretty dark, come out pretty dark on me. And these guys. Does have some pretty shades though. I had a little bit of fallout with it, but not too bad. They blended out nice for me. Some pretty shimmers. And then these last two shades, which are mattes. So you can see the pigmentation is definitely there. So that is the Pretty Vulgar Phoenix Rising eyeshadow palette. And then here's another repurchased Wet n Wild product. This is the Wet n Wild Pressed Powder in Warm Light 821E. It's the lightest color that they have, but I like to use this powder when I want a little bit more coverage, whether I'm using the Dr. Jart BB cream or either the Bare Minerals Bare Pro foundation, which I have on today. If I have a little bit more that I would like to cover up, or a little bit more full coverage look, I like to use this powder. It really gives a flawless finish on the skin without being too heavy. The powder itself has a dome shape to it, but as I started working down to it, instead of hitting pan like where the actual pan would be, it kind of rises right here. I don't know if that holds the powder in place or not, but I found that I kind of hit pan a little bit sooner because that raises. There's still a bit in there, but I did go ahead and purchase another one. I think it's like $4 at Walmart. And then I had a coupon code at Saks. I can't remember exactly what the deal was, but I was able to buy some makeup on Saks at a little bit of a discount. So I purchased another one of the Givenchy Kohl Couture waterproof eyeliners in the shade Jade. This is the liner. It's my most worn eyeliner. It's the green that I usually have on my waterline. I don't have it on today, but I actually went through another pencil and I wanted to get another one. And then I also purchased the Nars Free Soul blush. This just looked really appealing to me. When I got it, it's a little bit lighter looking than it actually looked online. And then I thought, ooh, I wonder if it's going to be deep enough for a blush on me, but it actually is. On the skin, it goes on a little bit deeper. So that's the blush that I have on my cheeks today. It's very shiny. If you have a deeper skin tone, this would be probably a highlighter on you. But it actually did work out nicely as a blush on me, and I really like it. See, it almost looks highlightery. But again, it's the blush shade that I have on. So that's Nars Free Soul. And then Peau released another shade of their Luminizing Face Enhancer, and this is in the shade number 17. I purchased it in the refill pan, or the one without the compact. There's 0.35 ounces in here. It comes with a pretty decent amount of product, and I think that was like 50-ish. And if you buy it with the compact, it adds another like $50 to it, making it like $100 highlighter. And I already had 2 compacts. I was like, that's just ridiculous. So I just purchased the pan, and then I removed one of the ones that I have and put the new one in here. And this one has got like a pastel green, a pastel purple, and a pastel peach in it. Before I used it, this is the highlighter that I have on my cheeks today. It had some really pretty sparkles on front, and then when I put my brush in it, I used that little Sonia G fan brush. The sparkles went away, so that was kind of like a overspray on there. And this is not a really intense highlighter by any means. It has a pretty sheen to it, but it's definitely leans on the more natural side of things. Very, very soft, very, very light. So if you're looking for something without like chunks of glitter, I actually wear the glitter highlighters quite often. So this is really tamed down for me. It is a pretty sheen on the cheeks, but if you like something that's a little bit more soft, really finely milled, and just gives a nice luminous finish to the cheeks, I think that you'll like the Peau. Again, they are called the Luminizing Face Enhancers, so they're not like the super highlighty highlights that we're seeing nowadays. It's much more soft than that. So that one is number 17, and that's from Peau. And then I purchased 4 products from the new MAC collection. It's a collaboration with Padma Lakshmi. I'm probably butchering her name. Much apologies. But she's from Top Chef, and I also think she's an Indian actress, if I'm not mistaken. But the packaging on her collection and the color vibe was just kind of really speaking to me. So I purchased 2 of the lipsticks, which one of them is a cream sheen, and the other one is an amplified cream, which are some of my favorite finishes from MAC. So this first one is Sunset Rose, and this is the cream sheen. I actually had that on today with Charlotte Tilbury's Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk, and it matched that Pillow Talk lip liner almost perfectly. But then I ended up going over it with Nikki's the pink print lipstick, so it's kind of a mix that I have on my lips right now. But let me give you a swatch. Let's show you the packaging. So here's the packaging. It's just really pretty. And then this, like I said, this is Sunset Rose. It's not quite as pigmented as the next one, but it matches the Pillow Talk lip liner really nice. It's a really pretty dusty rose with a nice glossy finish. The scent of MAC lipsticks, I swear, just gives me life. This next one is Apricot Gold, and this one's the Amplified Cream. It's got a bit more pigmentation, and it's a warmer, like apricot nude shade. This right here with really bronzed up skin and like a really like bronze eye. Ooh, it'd be so pretty in the summertime. So I purchased these two lipsticks. And then I also purchased the Melon Pink Powder Blush Duo. Again, super pretty packaging. I thought that this collection, because of the promo pictures that I was seeing, was going to be really expensive, but it was right on line with what normally MAC charges for their stuff, so I was pretty happy about that. It is a plastic packaging. I know, I think the one, I can't remember the name of the collection, but the packaging was kind of similar to this. That was all metal, so it was more expensive. This is still plastic, but it's just a really pretty blush. The top, like melon half, is kind of a matte, and then the bottom one has got a bit more of a sheen to it. I wore this yesterday, and it's just a really pretty peachy pink blush. I just mixed the two together right there. Again, the collection worn all together with a nice bronzed up skin, I think is going to be super pretty, especially for summer. So that is the Melon Pink Blush Duo. And then I also purchased one of the quads. I got the Desert Dusk eyeshadow. I just thought that this one looked, the color combination looked more fun than the other one, with this like periwinkle blue down here in the corner. There are two shimmers, which are these two right here, and then two mattes, which are these two right here. I have not worn this yet. I was torn between using the Pat McGrath today and then putting this one on. I was going to wear all the Padma stuff today, and then I ended up doing the Pat McGrath instead. But at least I can give you guys some swatches of the shadows, which I do feel like MAC's eyeshadow quality has gotten better over recent years, especially in their collections, because they were putting out quite a few duds for a while. See, isn't that blue? I think it's so unique and pretty. Give you guys some swatches. These are swatching pretty darn nice, to be honest. So that is the MAC and Padma Lakshmi Desert Dusk quad. And then lastly here, I did end up purchasing one of the Jouer blush duos, and I got the shade in the Flirt blush duo. So you've got Kiss Me and Touch Me. 0.39 ounces of product. I think the packaging on these are so pretty. Was I wearing this in my last video? I think that I was. There is a matte or kind of a satin blush, and then there's one with a little bit more shimmer. I found that when I was using them, I like to use it best like both of them together. It just goes on really, really nice on the cheeks with a nice sheeny, rosy kind of flush to it. I'm tempted to grab the brighter pink one too. I was tempted to get all three of them, let's not lie. But I ended up going with just this one, and it makes me kind of want to get another one because I do enjoy using this one. It's one of those blushes that you don't really have to worry about how you put it on, because you're not going to overdo it. It builds really nice, and it also shears out really nice on the skin. So let me do it together too, so you guys can see a swatch of the two, because I just take my brush back and forth, and you get kind of a pretty shimmery pink. So that is from Jouer. Again, the packaging is so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and end my haul there. I do have more stuff, so maybe on Sunday I'm going to try to film the Pat McGrath video, and then I'm also going to maybe film another haul video. I also have an empties video to film. But anyway, I hope you guys found this video helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.